A few days ago, I posted a video about a 25-year-old trans cheerleader who ended up choking out a 17-year-old girl on college campus. The girl's dad showed up, the cops showed up, and a citation was issued. Avery Chanel Medlock was booted and banned from campus. I posted that video a few days ago. Thank you for the people who I never would have thought that the views on that video would have gotten what it got. So awesome. Thank you guys. But I wake up this morning and someone left a comment on that video. And so I go and I read the comment, obviously. I read all the comments. And it was Dapper Dave. And he left a comment saying, hey, this is the only interview she's done. He put the link in there, sent it. Here we are. So, without further ado, we're about to hear straight from the horse's mouth what Avery Chanel Medlock's truth really is. So, without further ado, I don't want to waste any time. I don't want to waste any of you guys' time. So, let's get right into this.
I'm in shock. Honestly, I can't believe that someone is being treated that way. It doesn't make a difference who you are.
I hope she's talking
what color
about
you are, what gender you are,
the 17-year-old girl.
What you feel you are. You shouldn't be treated that kind of way. You shouldn't be spoken to like that. I guess that's why we're gonna have Miss Avery on.
Wait. So if you guys go back to the video, Avery is the one that's making all the derogatory statements towards the girls, calling them bitches, telling them fuck you, saying don't fuck with me after cheer, don't fuck with me, blah 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 blah, whatever. And then she's talking about I'm not drunk, I only had one twisted tea. Apparently, what it sounds like is that not only was Avery drinking, it seems like Avery was the only one in the entire cheer squad that was drinking that night.
Mirror. Watching that video, what jumped off the screen to me was the young lady saying that you were a man. And
yeah,
I felt like, and now some people are going to be looking at me like I'm crazy, but I'm just talking from a progressive mind state.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that's equivalent to calling a black man a nigga. If somebody is a transgender and you
very true.
It's so she got out of line.
I haven't even gotten to the interview part yet. Dapper Dave says, scared young women on a cheer squad who locked themselves behind a door on college campus, and then a 25-year-old transgender cheerleader who apparently only had one twisted tea and got fucked up from that little bit comes banging on the door, turns on the camera, and starts spewing out bullshit, and then all they yell back is, you're a man, and pretty much go away. Leave us alone. You're a man. Is the equivalent of calling a black man a nigga. What? Anyways, let's continue, man. I'll let y'all comment on that. I'm not.
Absolutely, for sure.
How are you feeling about everything that's going on?
I'm feeling okay because at the end of the day, I know I didn't do anything wrong, and God knows I didn't do anything wrong, and
Right.
I wasn't taken to jail. I was only issued a citation, and they took the story out of proportion. I did not choke her out. I couldn't even get to the door, through the door. If I really wanted to get her, I could have kicked down the door. But I talked to
Did y'all hear that? And Avery Medlock said that shit with a smile on the face. I could kick down that door.
Okay, so it all started with a vape. Carly is 17 years old, and she asked me to buy her a vape. And I was like, no, I'm not going to buy you a vape. I don't want to ruin my scholarship opportunities because of, buying things from minors. And coach find out. And the coach wanted us to be bold and strong at camp. And, it all started over a vape. So she was being very, catty and mean and saying, snappy comebacks and things like that. And I tried to apologize to her at practice, and then I went to her room and apologized.
Why would you apologize for not buying someone a vape? For not buying a 17-year-old a vape at that? No one in their right mind would apologize for that. But then again, yeah.
To her again, and it got taken out of proportions. She said that I tried to come in there and hurt her when clearly I was just yelling through the door.
So where were you guys when because I know in the video you said you were drinking. Where were you guys, just to set the scene of the before the video?
Well, we had a 6-hour practice. And we went to go get food, and then we had stopped at a gas station because, one of the teammates needed gas. So I was like, I think I'm going to get a drink because I haven't drunk in a week and a half. And I think this will, relieve some stress and help with my soreness and, the conditioning that we've been going through.
Girl, we always need a drink.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Wait, what? Are y'all hearing this? All right. I haven't drank in a week. Here's the first issue. Okay, here's the first problem. I haven't drank in a week and a half, or I haven't gotten drunk. However the fuck Avery Medlock said this. I haven't drank in a week and a half, so I needed a drink. While you're on the road with your cheerleading squad when no one else is drinking, apparently. And apparently it was one twisted tea. So that's the first one. Number 2, to relieve stress, which I can understand, but again, you have to read the room. There's a time and a place for that. It ain't when you're around other cheerleaders. Especially when there's a 17-year-old present that's asking you to buy them a fucking vape. If that's even true. And then you say to help with soreness. So you drink a twisted tea to help with soreness. Does nobody see a fucking problem with that? Does nobody else feel like this person is lying?
Me, as being of age, I got me a twisted tea, just one, and I had a little drink, and that was it. There's nothing else to that besides that.
Wow. Why did you feel the need to apologize? And I'm going to preference that by saying what I saw in the video didn't warrant an apology as far as Dapper Dave is concerned. You didn't sound drunk.
You just scared Carly.
Courtney just called me a man. And the bitch opened the door.
Okay, listen.
Come outside and beat this man up.
You didn't sound drunk.
At the end of the day.
You didn't sound drunk.
Okay, well, come outside then. You're a man. I'm not a man. If I'm a girl, my license says I'm a female, bitch. Okay, and what are you gonna do about it?
Is she being for real right now?
You weren't slurring your words. It looks like you were just having a typical argument, but were you apologizing for the argument, or what were you apologizing for, and why did you feel the need to?
I was apologizing for the vape, and I was apologizing for, she said that I made
you're
her
apologizing.
Feel uncomfortable because
You're apologizing because you didn't want to buy an underage girl a vape.
And I guess she locked the door because she was scared that I was going to walk in and hear them talking about me.
Okay.
So I knocked on the door and I was like, can I please come in? And she was like, whatever you can say it through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
If you want to have a conversation, let's actually have a conversation, not through a door. Yeah.
Except that's not the way Avery
Yeah.
Medlock said it. Mira, come on now. We all saw the video. Avery said, say it to my face. If you got something to say it to my face in an aggressive manner. I'm surprised that Avery didn't put any bass in the voice.
Yeah, I posted on Facebook what had happened, and it got 6.k shares and comments
6.k
and likes.
shares.
Right.
My Facebook is still banned for like 4 more days because it went so viral so fast.
Oh, wow. This quote unquote.
You know the problem I have with this? If you're in a situation, you wouldn't be smiling, talking about some hallelujah, yeah, God knows everything. It went wrong, yeah. God got me. I'm sure they're going to go into more detail of what actually happened on this night. Why Avery put Avery in this position to begin with. Hopefully they get into that.
Altercation happens. What's the next thing that happened afterwards?
Absolutely. You can tell Nicole, the cheer coach, why I did what I did. And you can tell the cheer coach and whoever else you need to tell that, I'm saying these words, and you can tell her that I had a drink because
Right.
I'm age to have a drink.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Just because you're at the age to have a drink does not mean that you can just have a drink whenever, wherever. I mean, you can, but again, that's the problem with people nowadays, man. I don't know what it is. Like, it's not even a generational thing. It's just like it's just this day and age, people just don't know about time and fucking place. You're a 25-year-old. Whether you're a man, woman, trans, whatever the fuck, 25 years old, in college, around 17 and 18-year-old cheerleaders. I wouldn't be drinking. Especially when you're already in a bad mood or you're already on edge, you're already whatever the fuck. It doesn't look good. So at this point, no matter what happens, no one had alcohol in their system but you.
Mira, I'm just so excited to have her on our platform that I'm running off at the word. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ms. Mira.
The reason for my questions in regards to what was in the video was because I want you to have your points said all across. I want to give you the chance to answer them without other people taking them in a derogatory way. So please feel free to tell me to stop if you need to, but these are just the questions in which
they don't even need us to take it in a derogatory way. So nothing's being taken in a derogatory way. No. Let's be clear. The story already does not add up. The story from the jump did not add up. Avery is making Avery look bad. No one else.
I know that we're going to have.
No, you can answer. I have all the answers, baby. So, you know how all the returners and her were in the room together? You know how they were all in the room together?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, open the door. And then one of them said, no, she's terrified that you're going to hurt her.
Had they said anything to you before that
that's
about you hurting them, or have any of you ever got into an altercation before?
No, everything was perfect.
I barely touched Charlie as a fucking joke, bitch. I barely touched Charlie.
The the team was going.
Because it didn't seem that
Of
way.
course he's gonna say no. Nobody's gonna admit to that. The fact that they said that they were afraid that Avery was gonna hurt them, you should have cut the camera off. You should have walked away. Or you know what? You could have cut the camera on just to, to not incriminate yourself like you did when you did turn on the camera. You could have turned on the camera and showed yourself walking away. But you didn't. You turned on the camera. You pretty much said, fuck you. You called them bitches. You said you don't fuck with them. You said you only had one drink. Am I missing something?
They're recording inside the door, and me and my friends are recording outside the door. So all this is going on at the same time. There was no first and second going back and forth. No, this was all going on at the same time.
Wow.
So when the police got there and they took the report, did they say that you were at fault?
To the aneurysms. Nobody would say that and recording at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. No, who the fuck?
They said they believed the dad. Basically, the dad said that I choked her out until she passed out. How can I choke her out if I couldn't get in the room, Mr. Mike Jones?
Did you
Mike
show the police
Jones!
the video?
The video wasn't sent to me until like 2 days later, after I was already back home in Waco, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I said I was getting a lawyer, and they were like, I think this video will help. So then I post the video on Facebook, and I was like, this is proof that I did not touch this girl.
All right, so now this definitely doesn't add up because I don't know shit about law. I'm gonna tell you right. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't know shit about law. I know a little something about law. But when it comes to if I sit with a lawyer, I don't know shit about law, right? Compared to somebody that has studied this shit, right? If you go to a lawyer and say you're going to sue or do whatever, their advice would not be, hey, post this online and see what happens. So that right there still does not make any fucking sense to me. No sense to me that you say, oh, I went to a lawyer, went and found a lawyer, I'm going to sue, blah, 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 whatever. And then I got this video and I decided, you know what? This will help with my case. I'm going to post it online for the whole fucking world to see. Not knowing it was going to backfire, and here you are trying to cover it up, doing your walk back on a podcast.
Right.
Because if I wanted to touch her, I could have touched her. No, babe, I'm telling the truth.
Right.
Because the truth will be revealed.
It will be. It definitely.
God knows the truth. If I wanted her, I would have kicked in that door and I would have got her.
So because
I'm
you
the
didn't
only
listen
one
to a child, because you didn't listen to a kid, you're getting into trouble for something which is illegal for you to do.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, something isn't right there.
The story doesn't add up. That's why every post and every news article says allegedly, because there's no proof of the assault. Not handled properly.
Right.
The dad made the decision and the police officer made the decision. The police officer that I was talking to, he was like, have you ever do you have a criminal record? And I said, no, I have a clean criminal record. He said, well, after tonight you won't.
Oh,
Wow.
I said, oh, okay.
Just to state, was that a white police officer, an Asian police officer, a black police officer?
Oh.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter? I thought at least oh my God, dude. Why would that matter?
My God, I knew it.
White with the stash and the cowboy hat on.
Wow.
man.
And
You know what's coming at that point.
you know what's coming at that point. And the
What?
dad's white. You know they have money.
Oh,
So
I can only shake my head at this, man.
Our panel is excited to have you here. They
Yeah.
got statements. So, would you take this away, Miss Mira?
sure. If your teammates are all aware of your gender, obviously they are. They know what they were doing from the start. They also sound like Caucasians, which for me puts you at a disadvantage immediately.
Wow.
yeah, I was the only black girl on the team. And my friend is mixed, but she's light skinned. So, you know,
Right.
I was the only dark skinned girl, basically.
Okay.
The fuck does that have to do with anything? The fuck does race have to do with anything? It's crazy. I'm not even surprised at this point, though, because obviously you guys have seen my other videos and stuff like that, and you guys have seen all the stuff over the years that I've covered and that we've covered on Comrades as well. But I never knew it was so many people out here in the world that really look at race that way, that just automatically, like, they see a certain race and they just have these presumptions. It's ridiculous, man. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just built different. I'm not somebody that says, I'm not one of those idiots that say, like, oh, I don't see color, but color doesn't matter to me. Color doesn't fucking matter to me. But apparently I'm the only person in the fucking world that it doesn't matter to. Because everywhere I fucking turn, it's dumb comments like that. And dumb ideologies like that.
There is a dark skinned guy on the team, but he's
I was
straight.
just going to ask, is there any other,
Oh.
is there any men, other transgenders, any?
So this right here should already tell you. Because Avery just said, there's another dark-skinned guy on the team, but he's straight. Straight from the horse's mouth. I didn't say that. Avery said that. So that's to tell you right there that it's not the fact that Avery's a transgender, a 25-year-old transgender cheerleader. That's the problem with these girls. So is Avery lying about putting them hands on the 17-year-old girl?
One who's gay on the team as well, or is it just?
No, there's no gay guys, but there is 2 male cheerleaders, and one of them is black, and one of them is white, and they're both straight.
I wasn't just talking about the guys being gay. I was talking about the girls too. Was there anyone who that is gay that they could have had issues or been thrown issues at them as well?
I'm sorry, you were cutting out. What'd you say?
Oh, I said that.
She
Was
got that
there anybody
transgender
else who was gay, not just the guys, but even the girls, which they could have been
I heard
looked at
myself.
in a specific way either?
Yeah.
There were.
Wow.
I was told when I was leaving, he said, if it would have touched my daughter, I would have killed it. And he said that is a man with a penis, and he
Wow.
should not be in the dorms with the girls. After administration.
I want to say, and I said this in the last video, because I know I've already got some haters, which it's nothing new. It's nothing new at all. But I want to reiterate, I do not condone violence against anyone. I don't. I do not condone violence. So, yeah, what the dad said, what was it? A little bit fucked up? Yes, of course. But if Avery put Avery's hands on his daughter, I could understand the frustration. But again, I don't condone any violence at all. I don't condone any physical altercation or that shit at all. So y'all can get the fuck up out of here.
After administration had approved for me to be on the cheer team, wear the girl uniform, and live in the girl dorms and take showers with the girls, he made that statement to some girls.
Oh, you can look at old dude. Look at old dude's face. Look at I keep want to call him Diaper Dan. Dapper Dave. You look at Dapper Dave's face when she's when look at look at Dapper Dave's face when Avery says that Avery was showering with the girls. Not only was Avery sleeping in the same dorms as the girl, living in the same dorms with the girls, which I assumed anyways, but showering with them. Even he's like, yo, damn. They let you do that?
The girls and the assistant coach, the dorm RA, took me to a certain room. She said, baby, you don't need to be around this. Let's go over here. I said, why do we need to go over here? What's going on? She said, the dad's here. I said, she called her dad. She said, yes, the dad's here, and he's
17.
living, and he's not being nice. You need to go in this room over here so he doesn't see you.
Were you scared, or did you feel threatened at that point?
Yo, it's a 25-year-old man.
No, because I have a license to carry. There's a gun in my car.
Oh my God.
You should have got that.
I have a license to carry. I didn't feel threatened at all. He was like looking at me like all hard when I was like taking my stuff to my car, like he was gonna do something, but they searched my car for the gun. They searched my car because, you know, I told them I had a firearm, but they couldn't do anything because I'm licensed to carry, and it's free. It's you don't have to have a license to carry in Texas.
Nope, you don't.
It's karma. It's
Yeah.
karma. It's karma because I am not a violent person.
Right.
You
You just
don't
talked
seem
about-
it. You seem like a very sweet person
Oh my
who
God.
would never start shit unless it was brought to you.
Absolutely. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Exactly. But how do you feel you were impacted by everything that's happened so far?
I've got a lot of love and support from all over the world. I'm getting Facebook messages, like you said, from England, London, Japan. Like everyone is like, keep strong, keep holding your head up. You're doing the right thing. Fight for your rights. Fight for everything, you know. And then we have, you know, the racists and the you know, straight.
But this has nothing to do with
male,
race, so why would there?
Straight males who think they know what they're talking
Right.
about. They don't.
Right. Do you
Yes.
feel like you've been bashed because you're transgender? Do you feel like you've got a lot of ridicule because of that, or do you feel it's more
Yes,
of a race thing? Or
You have a dick and you're showering with other females in their 20s, and apparently 17 and 18. So yeah, I would say this has to do with at least the transgender part, somewhat. I can't wait for them to come out with that, like because just like what Avery says, the truth's gonna come out. The truth's gonna come out. I can't wait for the truth to come out because this story ain't add up. There's no way this story makes sense. You put this story on paper, it don't even fucking make sense. I'm not saying that Avery 100% choked out this girl, but something happened before that camera turned on. And it's something that Avery is not telling us.
Every trans that is famous, every trans that is, you know, known on social media and or have like major jobs have been sending me links to lawyers and sending me links to different types of things, you know, to you know.
Again, if they were, you wouldn't be sitting on a podcast talking about the fucking situation. Especially with giving so much detail, which again, the detail doesn't even make any fucking sense. The details you're giving everybody doesn't even fucking add up. You saying that every mainstream person in the trans community reached out to you and sent you shit about lawyers and all that other stuff, fam. Why are you gonna sit up on this podcast and fucking lie? Why?
Protect
15 minutes of
myself.
fame, man. They're 15
Right.
minutes of fame.
I think it's gonna go great. I know God's gonna come through for me because I did nothing wrong. This is the one time. This is the one time I let someone slide, and it.
What do you mean by let somebody slide? Whoa. What do you mean, you people? What do you mean by let somebody slide? What are you talking about? Let somebody slide with what? What do you mean by slide? What, you should have put your hands on somebody? Like, what is Avery even saying right now? What? What is Avery saying right now?
I'm laughing.
That's the only thing you can do.
I'm laughing. My grandma told me and my mom told me, they said, you're a celebrity. You're
What'd your dad say? What'd your uncle say? What'd your grandpa say? What did any male figure in your life say? Because you just named grandma and mom. We know what influence they had on you.
you're Beyonce. They said, do you think Beyonce is worried about what other people are saying under her pictures? Do you think what Kylie Jenner and Kris Jenner and the Kardashians are saying under their pictures?
Very
They
true.
just they sit back and they laugh and they watch because they know that they
Right.
So you're using them as a comparison to you. You think Kylie Jenner and the Kardashians are looking at their comments and they're worried about them? That's your standard? That's who you're looking at to see how they react? They also move way smarter than you. And look, I'm not trying to give them any kind of fucking credit, but they also move way smarter than what you're moving at right now. Or way smarter than what you're moving like right now. I just want to say that.
anything wrong. I know I did nothing wrong, and it's all going to show in court, and it's all going to be revealed.
Yes.
Now, can I jump in here? Now, I don't want to switch gears, but I did want to ask you about recently being robbed. Are you open to talking about that a little bit?
What?
Absolutely.
Avery was robbed?
So what happened with this situation where you set up?
Sorry, Dave, 1 second.
Okay.
You took the humble route, not letting the situation get the best of you, so it seems you know there's gold at the finish line. Continue to stay humble and pursue your dreams.
Yes, I'm being very humble. I'm not being cocky. I'm not, I was always taught to be humble. I was always taught to.
Yeah, you sounded real humble in
The
that video.
underdog is always going to come out.
You sounded real humble
Right.
in that video.
Sorry, Dave. You
So yeah, I was privy to know that you had gotten robbed, but I just wanted you to tackle it a little bit for the people who don't know, if you don't mind kind of telling where you set up or what happened with that.
So I met this guy. His name was Robert Van Orden. His
Why are you giving them first and last name? Like, why are you just putting everybody
by us?
Whatever.
Mr. Robert Van Orden has a criminal history of selling meth. He has an aggravated assault charge. He has a charge of pulling out a knife on a police officer, and his bail was $50,000, and he got out the next day.
Oh wow!
Because his dad's a judge.
Wow.
Yeah. So really, that situation I couldn't control because
Right.
you don't know who knows who, and how.
But I thought you had a license to carry. How the fuck did you get robbed when you claim that you have a gun, you have a license to carry, and then you say that you don't even need a license in Texas anyways? So you don't even mention that you have a license to carry. Just say, hey, I carry. again, none of this is. I don't even have to say it, man. It's not making sense, man. Make it make
Favors,
sense.
you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But he was on parole, but he violated his parole by robbing me.
Oh wow.
So
So
there's
the
nothing
US
the judge can do about that then.
Yeah, and the U.S. Marshals are looking for him. Last I heard. So, other than that, I don't know where he is. I have a firearm though, so if he
Were
comes
you
for me,
hurt?
he pepper sprayed me in my face. He called me a effing B word and said, "Give me your sh." And then he ran to the passenger side of my car. I was running away because I was scared. At this time, I didn't have a firearm. I got a firearm after I got robbed. But I ran up to my apartments. I got in the elevator. I was closing the elevator real fast, and he ran off in the dark. But all this is on camera. My detective has it,
Why
it's all on camera.
why didn't
All
Avery
this is
go
on
in abuse mode?
camera.
Why didn't
But
Avery?
I ran
Where
up.
was
My
Hulk?
roommate helped me. My contacts were melted to my eyes.
Where was I'm gonna kick down the
Wow.
door?
I had burns on my face. It was crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, that's what basically happened. He hit me up on Facebook. He was like, "You're very beautiful. I would love to meet you, love to hang out, da da da." And I let him come over. He was acting normal at first. Then he started acting a little bit sketchy. I was like, "Would you mind riding to the store with me to get a pack of cigarettes?" And then he was like, "Yeah, will you get me a monster?" But he didn't want to get out the car. So I was like, "Okay." So I didn't get the monster because I didn't have enough money. I had $100 bill, and it was 12 o'clock at night, and they were changing the register so they couldn't break. They didn't have the change to break the 100.
How convenient.
So as soon as we pull back up, and
Avery continues to find Avery in these situations. But remember, don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
park my car, I'm reaching for my purse. He pepper sprays me in the face, pushes me out of the front seat and onto the concrete. Comes around, takes my things, takes off in the dark. I take off running to my apartment door.
Wow. We have a comment asking, is he Caucasian as well?
Yes. I like white boys. That's my downfall. I love me a country cowboy, but
I love me some chocolate. That's my downfall, girl.
yeah, all my friends love chocolate, and I like white.
Mm.
So that's why we never argue over boys.
Best way. Do you mind taking some questions from some people who want to ask some questions from outside?
Oh, this should be
Of
interesting.
me and Dave.
Sure.
If anybody comes here and disrespects our guests, you will be booted immediately. Let's get that understood. Y'all start calling in. And it looks like we have somebody already.
Hopefully,
looks like
if
Devin
somebody,
Taylor.
look, man,
Devin Taylor, we're about to pull you up, man. Be respectful.
Hey, Devin.
Can I get
I just want to say this real quick. So, I admire them because they are being, again, they're taking a real journalistic approach to this, and I like it. With that being said, hopefully they don't do what everybody does, which is boot somebody because they disagree with somebody. So as long as this Devin guy is respectful, and he might even be for Avery, so I don't know if he's even going to ask any hard-hitting questions. I want to see somebody press Avery respectfully. I don't want to see anybody get on here and cuss him out and yell and all that, or name call Avery. There's no point in that. I just want to see them prove Avery wrong. I want to see them ask these hard-hitting questions, and Avery, as we've seen, just be Avery and kind of deflect the question.
I guess I would say my only question would be, I'm trying to find a right way to answer this question. I'll say from my perspective, being a black man in America, like even me myself, like I'm over 6 foot tall, so like I'll step into the grocery line and the person in front of me will kind of like feel some type of way, you know what I mean? So, and that's me being like a large heterosexual black man. So I haven't even said anything to this person for them to feel like I am aggressive. So with that being said, I just kind of want to ask you why you would have went to the girl's room, because it seems like you're being the aggressor, although that may not have actually been what took place. You personally may not have actually been the aggressor, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of known that these people that we're dealing with in this particular situation have a known history of twisting the truth and making us out to be more aggressive than we may have actually been in that particular situation. So my question is, why would you yourself pour fuel on the fire by going to the girl's room?
Okay, I see.
And then like you're saying stuff
I was
like
asked to come back.
Like it's just kind of I guess that's my question. Like, why would you initially
asked to come back? I was asked to come back because her roommate told me to come back, and after she called me a man with a penis, I just told her to come outside and open the door. I wanted to talk face to face.
No, you wanted to fight him. You wanted to fucking
Jesus
Christ.
Any of those words? I just said come outside so we can talk.
The answer is different every single time.
And all I'm saying is like, but that's just what I'm saying. Like, if I can stand in a grocery line and have someone feel like some type of
sorry, David, to cut
fuel on the fire by going to that situation. I understand that they asked you, but these are kids. This is like 17, 18-year-old kids. So like,
but they're in college. They're in college. They need to learn adult ways.
Right.
But you're still.
But I'm just saying, like,
you're still 17 and 18.
I just feel like you can't expect someone who's a child who's never paid rent by themselves before to treat a situation as sensitive as this like an adult.
Right.
Because this is a very sensitive
She's
situation.
not a child.
So,
but Devin, there wasn't from what I'm seeing, there wasn't anything sensitive up until this point. They had turned something into nothing at this point. All Avery had done was go to speak to them about a situation which was being claimed on. I do understand what Devin is saying is, as a black man, he feels that white people are threatened by him. So if white people are threatened by him as a black man, do you not feel that they were threatened by you because of the color of your skin? I think that's basically what he was trying to say in a nutshell.
Yeah. Like in a nutshell, like we're already viewed as aggressive people. So even if you were coming from a place of wanting to just get the conversation out there, these are kids.
People
and they're
in
gonna
general are aggressive.
say and do whatever they think they need to do to try to get out of whatever situation they think themselves are in.
I'm a triple threat. I'm black, I'm trans, and I'm pretty. So I always have gotten hate.
That's a triple threat.
Have gotten the backlash, and at this point, it's just childish and funny to me. It's like you're a hater. It's like grow up.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying that that's not the case. I'm just saying, with you knowing all of these things, I just feel like, for future reference, for other people who may find themselves in situations like this, especially being.
But Devin, isn't that the same thing as you? Oh, she got disconnected, I think.
No.
That's pretty much what it is. That's what.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Devin, we got another guest coming in.
What the fuck is this?
We're going to tap in with him, and we're going to get back with you in just a little bit, man.
Who the fuck is this?
Okay. How we doing today, man?
Who the fuck?
Let's see here what your name is.
Man, it's the pimp, dog. Can you hear me?
Oh man, I'm not used to seeing you without your hat, man, and the whole get up. What's going
I'm
on? How
working.
you doing
Got a
today,
job.
bro?
Understand me? Man, what is this y'all got me watching, man? Y'all giving this bad advice. Y'all get somebody killed up this bullshit, man.
Well,
I'm
we
trying to
do.
give y'all the game. This shit ain't no fucking game here, man. Somebody real lives at stake. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, this is the issue.
This just
That
went.
person, just like the quote unquote typical alpha female, doesn't understand sexual polarity. They acted like that and they got scared because she came with masculinity. Even for a transgender person, it's extremely important for you to understand how to be feminine at all fucking times. This whole bullshit could have been avoided if they would have understood how to be feminine. Not to attack the person, but that's what they seen. There is no attack in the United States on femininity. There's an attack on masculinity. That's where they felt threatened. And you even said, you even heard her say, if I wanted to, I could have got in there and did something. Because at the end of the day, it's still a fucking man. Or it was a man. It's not a man anymore, but it still has the power of a man. You heard she say she wouldn't even tell anybody about it. Another man was there threatening to do something. She wouldn't even tell anybody. She said, I got a firearm. There's a reason for all that, man. Life is extremely simple. We make it more difficult with all the bullshit, all the layers. I recommend a woman that wants to be trans, they need to focus more on being feminine than just looking apart. There's a bunch of women out here looking apart that don't know how to fucking navigate. That's why he's still single as fuck too. Can't keep a
I
fucking
don't
man.
agree with you at all.
I don't give a fuck
personally,
if you agree with me either. I don't give a
well,
fuck
you
if you
come
agree
on,
with me.
you
I'm fucking
listen,
right
you
like every
come,
fucking time.
no, you're not.
That
You
might be my
come on
fucking
here
cousin. They
and
gotta say
you're
that
very
name to me.
disrespectful, and we're not doing this. Thank you very much. Yes. So
Okay,
I have
all
to
right, look.
apologize for that.
All right, look. They had to boot that guy. That dude was just fucking. But what he was saying was not wrong. It's just the way his delivery was terrible. That dude was worse than fucking me. That dude was fucking worse than me. This dude just went straight full on. He went from 0 to 1,000, bro. He was like, I'm working right now, and just started. Bro, y'all don't even need my fucking reaction anymore. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, man. Look, man, are they going to get her back? Are they going to get Avery back?
That was someone who wasn't necessarily needed at this point. So yes.
Are they going to get Avery back or what?
Avery said that she has really bad service and her phone died, so she's not going to be able to come back.
Running. Like I said, man. Look, I'm going to wrap this reaction video up like this. The facts are going to come out. Avery's going to be proven wrong. We just saw Avery try and cover up more lies, or try and cover up Avery's lies with more lies. And then, when Avery gets pressed about it, Avery cuts and runs. And just like what they call him, pimp or whatever, whatever they called him, that guy that was just on, again, his delivery was terrible. But what he was saying was completely right. And I agree with him. Shout out to Dapper Dave for hitting me up and shooting me that link. I really do appreciate it. But man, this interview was bad. Not necessarily on the host part, but just on Avery's part. Avery Medlock decided to get on here and tell the entire fucking world, nothing but really, really, really bad information. So you're covering up bad information with bad information. And then, look, I found out so much about this Avery person from this interview. Because at the very beginning, Avery said, "You don't find me. I've never been in situations like this. I've never been in really bad situations. Oh, I don't start nothing, won't be nothing." How the hell did you find yourself in a robbery with somebody you know? With somebody you claim you know? At a gas station, in your own damn car. The funny thing is, we saw Dapper Dave and Mira defend Avery. We saw them defend Avery this entire fucking time. Fam, you cannot defend ignorance. You just can't. I'm sorry, you can't. And you could tell just by Avery's mannerisms that Avery was fucking lying. When all the facts get to the surface, we'll all know the truth. Hopefully that'll be very soon. But in the meantime, make sure you guys hit that like and that subscribe. This is probably my shittiest reaction video, but that's because I just thought that I announced that I was going to do a reaction video before watching the interview, and I watched the interview, and I'm like, it's just, I mean, there's no real entertaining way for me to react to this, just because it's nothing but lies on top of lies on top of lies on top of lies. I can't even say they're lies because obviously I wasn't there, obviously, but none of this adds up. The story that Avery was telling does not add up. Not one piece of that information adds up. And it's funny how we haven't heard yet from all the other people, man. You want to know why? Because their side of the story is already out there. That Avery was fucking with them. They got scared. They wanted to separate themselves. And then Avery continued to fuck with them from outside the door. And like a dumbass, recorded it and thought that it would do Avery some good. No. It did the complete opposite. And I'll say what I said earlier. Avery was the only one in the situation that had alcohol in her system. Avery most likely, because again I don't know, but most likely from what it sounds like, was also the oldest one in the situation aside from the assistant coach. No matter what, this is a bad situation. And this interview, which I thought would at least somewhat help the case of Avery, did not. It just made it worse. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this interview do Avery Medlock justice, or are you guys more convinced, even more convinced, that Avery Medlock is lying? Let me know in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. It's your boy Corn, and it's Half-Ass Pod.